but she was, because she always gave me 10 seconds. She said, okay. See, Chris should have done that. You have 10 seconds. 10 seconds eternity. We did a lot of damage in that 10 seconds, including to get him to admit that he doesn't want oil. He doesn't want oil. I said, Texas and Pennsylvania and Ohio, are you listening? Are you listening? And you'll see they were listening on November 3rd. I'm sorry, you'll have to wait till November 3rd. Texas, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Oklahoma, North Dakota, they're all listening. And you're listening because you don't want your energy prices to go through the roof, right? And Michigan was listening because they want to produce cars and they don't want to spend all that money on energy when they're producing all of those factories that I got to go back to Michigan and go back to Ohio and go back to North Carolina and start brand new. I'd see Prime Minister Abe of Japan. I'd say, Prime Minister, we're tired of taking your millions of cars. You got to let us have factories. Well, we can't do that. This is a private decision. No, it's not. You got to do it. But that is not government. I said, you're a powerful man, Shinzo. He just retired. I'm a big guy, too. But I said, Shinzo, you have to do it. I'm sorry. Tuesday, your vote is going to save our country. Most important election we've ever had. We are going to defeat the Marxists and the socialists and the rioters and the flag burners and the left-wing extremists. We are going to defeat the anarchists. With your support, we will fight for American workers. We will defend our Second Amendment. Don't worry, it's very safe. If Biden got in, your Second Amendment is gone so fast. You know that. Support our police, protect our borders, expand school choice, so important. Ensure more products are proudly stamped with that beautiful phrase, made in the USA. That's what's going to happen. My plan for America will deliver a safe vaccine. You're going to have it in a few weeks. It's coming very quickly. Great companies, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer, many companies. You're going to have it. Seniors will be first in line to get it, and we will make it available to everybody free. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. We're protecting our seniors. You know, if you're a senior and if you have a heart condition, if you have any kind of a certain type, especially diabetes, you're in big trouble if you get hit by the China virus. Big trouble. So we're going to make that vaccine. We're going to make it free, and it's coming from great firms. Our vaccine will eradicate the virus. And by the way, we have it. But whether we have it or not, it's rounding the turn. It's rounding the turn. Hey, excuse me. I'm sure you didn't hear. Nobody heard this, right? I had it. Did you know that? I had to get back on the trail. I said, this is not good timing. And I got better very quickly. First Lady had it. She had it. And she got better very quickly. But I'll tell you who had it also. The doctor went to the First Lady and myself and said, Barron has tested positive. I said, excuse me, doctor, tested positive for what? He's got COVID. I said, okay. Then about 12 minutes later, I said, doctor, how's Barron doing? He's our very tall son, very tall. Has anybody noticed he's slightly tall? He's 14, and I'm saying, hello, Barron. Nah, he's great, but he's strong. But I said, like 12 minutes later, Dr. Sean, great doctor. We have great doctors. One thing, when you are president, you have a lot of doctors. Johns Hopkins, I want to thank them. Walter Reed Medical Center, incredible. I mean, Doc Ronnie is now a congressman from Texas. How about that? Doc Ronnie, he was before Sean, and Sean is now. Sean has been great. But Sean came up along with other doctors. If Barron had it. About 12 seconds later, I said, how's Barron doing? Oh, he's okay. He shed. It's gone. It was gone like in 2 minutes. I said, hey, how come that doesn't happen with me? But I wasn't bad. You know, it was like a day. But they gave me a drug, Moderna. Who the hell knows? This was a very, Moderna makes it. I'll tell you who makes it really a great version. They say Eli Lilly. right? Regeneron, and they gave it to me, and I woke up the next morning, and I felt I could have taken the toughest, meanest person in this group. Regeneron. Now, I don't know whether or not it worked. I like to think it had no impact. I made a statement. I said, well, I'm in no trouble because I'm young and I'm in perfect physical shape. I'm a perfect physical specimen. And CNN went crazy. He's not young and he's not imperfect. They can't take a joke. No, but I was better. I was better quickly. I was better very quickly. We reduced the fatality rate 85%, and now we have the lowest infection fatality rate anywhere in the world by far. Thanks to our unrelenting efforts. And by the way, remdesivir was also approved. It's supposed to have a great effect. I mean, I said, give me whatever the hell you have, just give it to me. I wasn't choosy. You know, the first lady, I don't want anything, I don't want, she's very particular, right? If I say, take an aspirin, you'll feel better. No, I don't want an aspirin, right? She doesn't want that. Only 3% of hospitalizations are right now China virus. So think of that. So our hospitals are ready if something should happen. But that's what, yeah, I appreciate that. He said, we trust you. You can. We are doing the greatest job of this. Except with one thing, publicity. Our public relations, we're spending too much time working and not enough time talking. But no matter what you say to these people, it won't make any difference, you know. And because of the advances in treatment we pioneered, the survival rate is far over 99. For many groups, it's 99.9%. And for under 70, it's unbelievably high. For over 70 now, it's getting very good. And the drug they gave me, that what we're doing is we're going to make that available, including the very similar drug, it's antibody, a very similar drug from Eli Lilly. We're going to make that available to anybody that needs it, should they get the China virus. We're going to make it available free. So if anybody's going to need it, Joe Biden's plan will delay the vaccine, postpone therapies, prolong the pandemic, crush our economy. We can't do this. Destroy the Florida tourism industry and lock down our entire country. We'll be locked down. Under Biden's lockdown, countless Americans will die from suicide, drug overdoses, deferred medical care, abuse. The thing that's happening to families is the cure. Remember, I said it right in the video. The cure cannot be worse than the problem itself. And you have Michigan locked down. You have all Democrat governors. You know what's going to happen? On November 4th, the day after the election, they're going to open it up. They're doing it for political reasons because it's so bad for their state. And they think our numbers are going to look a little worse. California's pretty much locked down. New York's got to open. New York is becoming a very unsafe ghost town. Governor, open up the state, governor. Open up the state. You'll see our governor. He's going to make a few words in a couple of minutes. Governor from New York is going to be with us in a little while. You're surprised to see that? You'll see what I mean. There will be no school, no graduations, no weddings, no Thanksgivings, no Christmases, no 4th of Julys. There will be nothing. They will allow you nothing. Other than that, he's doing a wonderful job. Europe imposed crushing lockdowns, and today Spain has more than 2 times more new cases per capita than the United States. France has over 3 times, and Belgium has over 7 times what we have. And I don't want that. I don't want that to happen to them. We're helping them. We're sending them thousands and thousands of ventilators. We become the ventilator king. We're making thousands of ventilators a month. We're sending them to Europe and all over the world. Sending a lot to Africa. They'll never be able to get them. They'll never be able to make them. We've done an incredible job. Incredible job. European lockdowns are not stopping the virus, but they're creating misery, poverty, suffering, and death. You see the riots in the street of Italy today, the streets of Italy. And the riots they're having in France, the people are tired. They can't do it anymore. They can't do it anymore. They're losing their businesses. They're losing their jobs. They go back and the business is closed for 9 months. We can't do it anymore. They can't do it. We know the disease. We social distance. We do all of the things that you have to do. If you get close, wear a mask. Always controversial. It's not controversial to me. You get close, you wear a mask. Social distance, social distance. You know the bottom line, though? You're going to get better. You're going to get better. If I can get better, anybody can get better. And I got better fast. They were so happy. They couldn't believe it. That was probably the happiest day that they've had in years. And then they came out of the hospital to wave to the people, the supporters. I heard, you know, these really beautiful rooms. Walter Reed is incredible, the best. And rooms, the glass, heavy glass panels over the windows. And through all of that heavy glass, brick and mortar, I could hear people screaming outside a half a mile away. And they were fans of mine with flags, Trump flags. We love our president. And they were there for 2 days. They stayed there all night. I mean, these people were incredible. And I said to my incredible Secret Service people, there's one of them, Bobby. I know I'm not supposed to say it. Bobby, I love you, Bob. I said, Bobby, I want to go over and see him. No problem, sir. He ripped on that mask. He wouldn't even think about that. I said, let's go over and see him, Bobby. By that time, I was in good shape. I wanted to get out here with you. But we drove in front of those people and we waved, and the people were so happy. It was incredible. It was a love fest. They were so happy. And I got back and they were saying, what a terrible thing to do. Now, we got to take care of our people, right? We got to stay with our people. Including Secret Service, who does an incredible job. Thank you. Thank you, Bobby. The man. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you, Secret Service. They do a great job. For half a century, Joe Biden has been outsourcing your jobs, opening your borders, and sacrificing American blood and treasure in endless foreign wars. In 2016, Florida voted to fire the depraved political establishment, and you elected an outsider as your president who is finally, if you don't mind, putting America first. That's what we're doing. Joe Biden is a corrupt politician that the fake news will not write about. They won't write the story. They won't write it, and big tech won't write it. They won't write the story. There's outside of the New York Post, who just endorsed me, by the way. Thank you very much. It's the fourth largest paper in the country. Got a lot of great endorsements. We got a lot of great. Jack Nicklaus, you know, Jack. He can do everything. Jack. 78 tournaments he won, and he won 18 majors. Think of that, how great that is. That means under pressure. You know, you need people like that, right? People that can win under pressure. Jack. But Jack gave me a beautiful endorsement. We got endorsements from a lot of newspapers all over. We got a lot of endorsements. If Biden wins, thank you very much. If Biden wins, China wins. When we win, Florida wins, and America wins. It's very simple. And if I don't sound like a typical Washington politician, it's because I'm not a politician.
We're gonna make it great tonight. We're gonna make it great tonight. And if we're laughing, that don't mean that we won't fight. We're gonna make it great tonight. They're gonna try to make it.
It's a priority for him, and as you have seen over these past years, he won't stop until he gets it done. We have a law and order president. Donald fights to protect and support all our people. He also fully supports our men and women in uniform. while others are calling to defund them. We have faith in our judges and our legal system to rule justly. We respect our heritage and we condemn all hate. We should always learn from our past, and it is more important than ever that we never forget it. Under this president, our American values and ideals are protected, cherished, and upheld. We have had 3 incredible years of making America great again. In early 2020, our nation began feeling the effects of a global pandemic, a virus that invaded our nation and no one really understood. Now, because of our amazing medical capabilities and resources, we are in the process of developing powerful therapeutics and vaccine. A vaccine is not a partisan issue. If you are not supporting the safe production of a vaccine, you're not supporting the health and safety of the American people. There is no room to play politics on this topic in the midst of pandemic. I want to take this moment to say thank you to the many amazing frontline workers who are with us today. Thank you for all that you are doing. You keep our most vulnerable citizens safe. Our administration fully supports you and will continue to work tirelessly to ensure that you are equipped with all the medical supplies you need. This administration also continue working to develop safer procedures and practices so that children can get back in the classroom. So that businesses can continue reopening and people can start earning an income again. This president and his team are focused on not only destroying the virus and building back the economy, they're focused on creating ways for people to safely stop isolating and start gathering with friends again on a safe distances. This is about mental health as much as it is physical. We are a country of hope, not a country of fear or weakness. And we have a leader who shows us that every single day. President Trump chooses to move this country forward. This country deserves a president with proven results, not empty words and promises. On Tuesday, the direction of our country will take is in your own hands. I ask that you join us in continuing to put America first. Together, we will overcome this pandemic and continue building the brightest future for generations to come. Thank you. God bless you all. God bless your families. It is now my pleasure to welcome the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Wow, thank you very much. That was a little bit of a surprise. That was a surprise. Thank you, Melania. Good job. They love our First Lady. They love our First Lady. Always. And America is blessed to have you. Thank you very much, honey. That was good. So I'm thrilled to be here in our home state, Florida. I love this state and I love the people of this state. And 5 days from now, we are going to win Florida. We are going to win 4 more years in the White House. And we're going on to win a record share of the Hispanic American vote. You see what's happening? Oh, they're very concerned back there. The fake news, they are so concerned. Melania, you don't know too much about them. You've seen enough. But they are very unhappy. You know what's happening, don't you? You see what's happening? We've led Florida every single day. What's going on? This is a terrible thing for them. Actually, it's a good thing for them. They just don't know it. They haven't quite figured that out yet. No, we're doing incredibly in Florida. We're doing incredibly all over. And this isn't based on polls. This is based on fact. This is based on votes that are coming in. But you have to get out and vote. We are creating the greatest red wave in the history of our country. Oh, it's been amazing. We'll talk about it in a little while. I want to get some of the little introductions and introductory things out. But we have to talk about what's going on in our country with the big tech. You know, the power of big tech, they're incredible. They're incredible. No, I heard about the power for a long time, the power of big tech. I heard about it 4 years ago. Sir, big tech is against you. They're tremendously powerful. You can't beat them. Then we had the election, we won. I said, oh, how did that happen? And the fake news media, 94% of the stories about us are negative. Think of it. Think of it. 64% of the stories about Sleepy Joe are positive. How the hell do you have a positive story about this guy? How do you have a positive story about him? This election is a choice between my plan to deliver historic, and you know what this is going to be, right? Historic. This is historic prosperity. Another major tax cut to go along with the biggest tax cut in the history of our country. And record job growth. And Joe Biden's plan is to deliver punishing lockdowns. He's going to lock you down. And Florida's all opened up. You have a great governor. Did he speak too long today or not? No? No, I watched him on the plane. I said, oh, look, there's Ron. You know, they have the little thing in the box. I said, oh, look, there's Ron. He's speaking. He looked like he was up there a long time. No? Jim Gordon, 128-1. You know, Jim was an NCAA wrestling champion, one of the best. One of the best. He was a great one. He was a great one. And you know, when you win like he won everything. When you win like that, it's also right here. It's muscle, but it's got to be muscle attached to a lot of brain, right? You guys know, the athletes know that. But Jim was great, and but Ron was fantastic. Your governor, he asked me, he said, would you support me for governor? I said, no, not really. I'd rather have you stay right where you are, you know. You're doing a good job of defending me. But think of it, what we had to do, and we got 197-0 in the House. Think of it. 197-0. And then we went to the Senate, and we had 52.5 to a half. You know who the half was, but that's okay. That was the guy that, Sleepy Joe Biden, he couldn't remember his name. Remember, he said the guy from, isn't he, the governor from that place, Utah. I don't know his name. I can't remember his name. It was Romney. Now, Sleepy Joe's a little bit off. Let's face it, Sleepy Joe is shot. And I'm not a fan of his, and he's not a nice guy. Just, you know, I feel better. If he was a nice guy, I couldn't say these things. He's not a nice guy. Now he doesn't remember whether or not he used to be a nice guy. He was never considered smart. He was a touchy-feely guy. You know those guys? Touchy-feely. but not a nice guy, not a smart guy. Big trouble if you get hit by the China virus. Big, big trouble. So we're going to make that vaccine. We're going to make it free, and it's coming from great, great firms. Our vaccine will eradicate the virus. And by the way, we have it. But whether we have it or not, it's rounding the turn. It's rounding the turn. Hey, excuse me. I'm sure you didn't hear. Nobody heard this, right? I had it. Did you know that? He was a friend of mine. That didn't mean much to Chris. All we want is fairness, right? And I will tell you, Kristen Welker, I thought she was very good. I really do. I thought she shouldn't have been because she was far left. Her family's a supporter of Democrats. Her father's a big supporter of Democrats. She's a supporter of Democrats. Should have been very unfair. I think she went out of her way. And most people say she wasn't really fair to me. But she was because she always gave me 10 seconds. She said, okay. See, Chris should have done that. You have 10 seconds. 10 seconds to me is like an eternity. We did a lot of damage in that 10 seconds, including to get him to admit that he doesn't want oil. He doesn't want oil. I said, Texas and Pennsylvania and Ohio, are you listening? Are you listening? And you'll see they were listening on November 3rd. I'm sorry, you'll have to wait till November 3rd. Texas, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Oklahoma, North Dakota, they're all listening. And you're listening because you don't want your energy prices to go through the roof, right? And Michigan was listening because they want to produce cars and they don't want to spend all that money on energy when they're producing all of those factories that I got to go back to Michigan and go back to Ohio and go back to North Carolina and start brand new. And I'd see Prime Minister Abe of Japan. I'd say, Prime Minister, we're tired of taking your millions of cars. You got to let us have factories. Well, we can't do that. This is a private decision. No, it's not. You got to do it. But that is not government. I said, you're a powerful man, Shinzo. He just retired. I'm a big guy, too. But I said, Shinzo, you have to do it. I'm sorry.